My second video on The Tender Shoot by Cltt. Who was Cltt? She is Sidonie Gabrielle Cltt, born 1873, died 1954, French writer, mime, actress, and journalist. Probably best known in the English world for her 1944 novella Gigi, which is probably, it's known because it was turned into a Hollywood film in 1958, which know exactly how well that makes it known today. You probably, if you have ever seen Maurice Chevalier singing about "Thank Heavens for Little Girls," that is from Gigi. Not always considered the best representation of her work. She's considered a great prose stylist in her native France. Her work is given to students, set as kind of study work for students in France. She was born in a village in Burgundy, and at 20, she married Henri Gauthier Villers, Willie, who was 14 years her senior, and who set young Cltt to work writing her Claudine novels, kind of coming of age novels about this character Claudine with salacious parts that apparently Willie insisted got put into it. Now, all of these books were actually published under Willie's name as well, not Cltt's name. So yes, Claudine à l'école par Willie. She separated from Willie and ended up turning to the stage to feed herself, often performing scenes from her Claudine novels, which she didn't get any money from because Willie owned the copyright to it. She had a series of relationships with women at this time, and some going forward. 1912, she married a man and had a daughter. 1920, she published Shrty, which was a love affair between an older woman and a younger man. 1924, that marriage ended, partially due to the fact that she was having an affair with her 16-year-old stepson. In 1925, she married Maurice Goudichet, who a man of Jewish descent, and they stayed together until her death. 1941, under German occupation, her husband was arrested by the Gestapo for being Jewish, and was released after 7 weeks due to Cltt being able to having connections and being able to gather enough support. So her husband was rescued from the fate that befell a lot of the Jewish people in France. She during that time she published several articles in pro-Nazi newspapers, sort of lifestyle articles. She also published a 1941 novel, which apparently had a lot of anti-Semitic slurs in it. Post-war, she was, feted for many honors later in life. She enjoyed her fame. She was the president of the Académie Goncourt, and Grand Officer of the Legion d'Honneur in 1953, a year before she died. She was refused a religious funeral by the Catholic Church due to her divorces, but was given the first state funeral accorded to a female writer, and was interred in the famous Père Lachaise Cemetery. Cltt was an extremely independent, fiercely egotistical artist in a way that I think a female writer had to be at that time in a world that wanted to dismiss or tame her. She was sexually radical, but also kind of a reactionary conservative. I've heard it said that she was a new woman, but had an old man, the old guard inside of her. She, according to her, feminists deserved the lash and the harem. She had lesbian relationships, yet didn't approve of her own daughter's lesbianism, her being a lesbian. She was a complex, vibrant, dangerous, amazing artiste, I guess. The themes of domination, submission, power, and age difference are uncomfortable in those themes that are in her work are kind of uncomfortable in our time, but are worth pursuing. Now, kind of going forward, examining the Tender Shoot. which I probably just shifted myself over, the tender shoot. I should probably keep in mind her words about the relation of her life to her work. Do not think as you read this that I am painting my own portrait. Be patient. It is only my model. So yeah, with that in mind, let's continue forward into the tender shoot next time. More videos later.